Hi Elizabeth. In this video we're going to make some tags. So if you go in your little kit there and take out the bag that says tags on it, and we're going to take out all the stuff that's in the bag. We're also going to get out your watercolors, and there's a paintbrush already inside the watercolor pack, but have Elisa get you a little cup of water and a paper towel. So that way we can paint all of your stuff together. That's my watercolors that I got, and you actually have more colors than I do, so you shouldn't have any problems being able to do the same colors if you want to, or you can color them whatever color you want. So for the first tag, just take out one of the pink tags, one of the little snowman with the bell and a tree, and then the sentiment, the little thing that says burr right up there on the top. So you can take that out of the bag too. All of these are the snow. So each one of the tags has some snow already cut out that we're going to glue together later. It goes kind of on the bottom of your tag. I also got you some tacky glue, and have Elisa cut off the tip so that you can use it. You're going to put a little bit of that tacky glue on the back side of your snow, and then I just use my finger to kind of smush it around and then wipe my fingers off on my paper towel. Now you're just going to attach it right to the bottom of your pink tag. And then there's your little snow pile. That's so your snowman and your tree and all that have a place to sit. Now you can just set your little tag aside. It'll dry while it's waiting. And then we're going to start coloring your snowman and your tree. So get out your watercolors, open everything up. You can pause this video whenever you need to so that you can move on to the next thing. If I go too fast, just hit pause, and then you can rewind and go back, because this video will be up for you forever and ever and ever. So you can come back anytime you want to and make more. So, oh, I forgot. There's also these little round, this is so that you can put a string through that hole, and then you don't have to worry about it not being strong enough. So these little white rings, just put a little bit of the tacky glue, and then it goes right over the hole in the tag. It's called a reinforcer. Might as well get all the gluing done now, so that way it can dry while you're painting with your watercolors. So this paper that I put inside the little bag with all the tags is special paper that you use for water with your watercolor paints. So you really can't use any other colors with this. I mean, any other types of things to color. So you can't really use your pencils or any of that on it very well, because it's kind of hard and it doesn't hold the color very well, except for the watercolors. So that's why we're going to use that to color all your tags. So I'm just going to grab some green, and I kind of put it along the bottom of each one of the branches, and then I just use my wet brush without any color on it. See, I took all the green off, and then I just kind of pull the color up to the top, so it's darker on the bottom and lighter on the top. But you don't have to do that. You can just color the whole thing in the same color if you want to. This is just the way I do it, so it's not so messy. You can pick any green that you want, and then I got a little bit of brown for the trunk, the tree trunk. And don't forget to clean off your brush in between each one of the colors, or else you'll have a muddy little mess. So on my snowman, I'm going to start with the bell, and I'm going to use kind of like a golden yellow color for the bell. And then, let me see, what do I do next? I'm going to do, I don't know. I'm doing the voiceover afterwards. So I've already done these, and then now I'm putting in the voice part. Oh, I'm going to shade my little snowman. So I took the lightest blue watercolor that I had in there. And since the snowman is white, you can't really color him white because he's on white paper. So we're going to take the lightest blue, just a little bit of it like I did, and I'm just going to go around the edges with the blue color so that it kind of looks like snow. So it's kind of it's like shading. Then I'm gonna take some brown, and I'm gonna color in his little stick arms with some brown. This is the same brown that I used on the tree trunk, and I'll put it in a little bit closer so you can see where that blue color is. Now I'm just gonna use some orange on his little carrot nose, and some black for his little buttons. This marker that this paintbrush that I'm using is a watercolor paintbrush, so it has water already in it, but your brush that you have, just make sure that you clean it off in your little water cup in between all your colors and then wipe it off on a paper towel. I'm going to do the scarf in red, and I'm also going to do his hat, some of his hat in red too. You can color yours any color you want, Elizabeth, any color at all. I'm just showing you how I did them, so that give you an idea. If you wanted to do it the same way, you could, or you can do it any color you want. I'm going to just do some little red and white stripes on his hat. So the other part will just be, I'll probably use that same, let me see, what did I do? Oh, I actually took the white paint from my tray. I have white, so do you. I made sure you have a white paint in there. And that's just so you can mix it with other colors to make them lighter if you wanted to. And then that's it for the snowman. Now, I don't know if it's easy for you to see or not because everything's out of focus and the light is really bright, but there's that light blue color goes along the outside, so it kind of gives them a little bit of, it's called dimension. That way he doesn't look so flat. Now we're going to attach our little characters to the tag. So first we're going to put some glue on the back of the tree, and then kind of put the tree up on top of the little, or I have mine kind of behind it, but whichever way it fits for you. You can put it on top or you can put it behind the snow. And I just use my paper towel because I always put too much glue so it squishes out the sides. Now we're going to attach our little snowman. I'm going to attach that right to the snow. And then the little burr is going to go right over his head. And if you turn your little tag over, you'll see I already stamped on the back to and from. So that way all you have to do is put who it's for and put your name on it. There it is. I also put inside of your kit some the accessories that go with this. So all of your strings for your tags are inside your bag. And this is it. And this is how you put it on your tag. Fold it in half and then put it through the hole. See the loop on the back? Now take the two little extra pieces and go right through the loop and pull tight. Not too tight though, so that you don't want to rip your tag. And that's how you put your string on. And then you don't have to do this, but I make a little knot. Maybe Elisa can do it for you if it's too hard, but I make a little knot on the end and trim it up just so that I can hang it from my bags or from my boxes. Because I sent you in the kit, also there's bags and boxes for you to make, and these tags are to hang off of those, so you can give them as gifts. So now we're going to move on and do one of the blue tags. And remember, you can pause this anytime and come back. You don't have to make all the tags in one sitting. I'm just doing them all in one video for you, so that way you can come back to it whenever you need to. But don't feel like you have to sit here and do all 8 tags or 9. I don't even remember how many I put in there for you. So I'm going to attach my snow. Clean up my little glue mess and my little round piece. I forgot what I called it. Reinforcer, sorry. It's really late at night. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm doing this. Just attach my little reinforcer and then set them off to dry. And I know your tags don't have all those little white dots all over them because I started doing them on my tags and then I hated the way it looked, so I didn't do it on your tag. I thought it looks cuter without those little white. It was supposed to be snow, but it didn't come out right. So I did that to all the tags so that way they're all done. And now we can just concentrate on coloring. So for this next tag, you're going to grab your 2 little penguins and the fa la la little sentiment on the top, and we're just going to take black from your watercolors and we're just going to go around the areas on the penguin, which would be black. So around his little head and on his little fin on both sides. We're just coloring it in. If you get to come out and visit in January, we can make some more stuff. I have a whole room full of stuff that we can make. So once we've colored in all the black, clean your brush and then grab some orange to do his little feet and his little nose. I tried to pick colors for all these tags that matched the colors of the tags and the papers that I got for your kit. So, but again, remember you can do whatever color you want, whatever makes Lizzy happy. Do whatever you like. Now we're going to do some red every other little spot for his candy cane, and we're also going to do his little scarf in red. I love playing with watercolors. It's so easy. Now we're going to do our other penguin. Same thing, grab the black and color in his little areas on the penguins that are black. So the whole backside, the top of his little head, and his fins. My little Morty puppy, he's sleeping right next to me on the chair. He's keeping me warm. Grab the orange for his little nose and his little feet. This one's skating. Oh, I forgot the other little fin there. And then we're going to do his scarf in green. These are going to be such cute little presents for you to give to your friends and your family. They're going to be so proud of you. So here's your 2 little penguins and their little saying. And then they're going to go on a tag together. So you're going to grab one of your pink tags with your snow already attached. And we're just going to put them down on your tag. I don't know what I'm looking for, but probably the glue. There. I put some glue on the back of him. I just did it out of the camera because the camera's way too close right now. And clean up the glue a little bit. And then we'll put some on the other guy. I'm pretty sure I fixed the camera here pretty soon. Just set him in the snow. And then put the little sentiment. That's what those are called. The little words on the cards are sentiments. And put the fa la la. And then set that one aside and we move on to the next tag. He's so cute. All of my stuff that I have still here, my friends keep trying to steal it. Now we're going to do the bear. Let it snow in a tree with a blue tag. So just like all the other trees, we're going to start by coloring it in. And I picked a little bit darker of a green for this kind of tree. So the fluffy, kind of bubbly tree is a lighter green, and then the pine tree I made a darker green. Now we're going to do his scarf, and I think I want to say this is kind of like a turquoise color, so just pick whichever greenish blue you have in your colors, in your watercolors, that kind of looks similar to this color, or like I said, pick whatever you like. I think this little polar bear is so cute. I'm going to do the trunk of the tree. And polar bears are white, right? Well, kind of dirty white, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, oh wait, first I'm going to do the stocking. Do a little bit of red. And then I'm going to show you, I think I do it on this card, what shadowing is. But we'll see. So I'm going to take some black, clean off my brush so I don't get a bunch of black in the white. Then I'm going to grab some white paint. And I'm going to mix it in with the black to make a real light gray. Because mine doesn't have gray. So I want to make a light gray. And then I'm going to follow all the lines where I think the polar bear would have a shadow. So anything that's behind something else on your bear, and then maybe down one side. So like his scarf is on top of his body, so underneath his scarf would have a shadow, just like in real life. Under his arms there would be a little bit of a shadow, and you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I was just thought it would be fun to show you how to create some shadows on your little projects to make them look a little bit more not real because they're cartoons, but not so flat, I guess is the best way to say it. When you're here and you're visiting me, I'll show you how to do it for even better. And now I'm just going to take some wet brush, no color on it, and just kind of smush it out so it's not such dark lines. And then that creates kind of a dirty looking polar bear, like they really look. And if you get too much water on him, all you just take your paper towel and sponge it up, and it'll go away. That's one thing about water brushes, like what I'm using. You can't always figure out how much water is coming out. Sometimes too much comes and you have to sop it up. I'm just going to do the same thing on his little face. This is basically what's called pulling the color down. So you put, especially with water colors, you just put down your line of color and then you pull it to where there's no color so it lightens up. Sop up my little mess. The other thing I usually do, but I didn't do this with you because I didn't want you to feel like you had to do it, I usually put little pink cheeks on them. Now that's a shadow. See how my hand is one hand on top of the other and you can see the shadow underneath? That's what I mean by adding shadows to your little bears, because his scarf and his stocking and his arms are all above his body, just like I did with my hand. So that's kind of like showing you what shadows are. Now we're going to put our tree and our bear on our tag. So just pick a spot for your tree and glue it down. And then we're going to do the same thing with the bear. And then put your little Let It Snow. Put some glue on that. And there it is. Another tag finished. Next one is going to be one of the reindeer ones. So you're going to grab your little reindeer, little tree, a present, and we're going to color those in. I'm going to do the tree the same way that we do all the other trees. Just put down this one's the one that I use the lighter green. And I just do the bottom and then pull the color up, just like that. I'll show you when you're here why we do that. Do the brown for the little tree trunk. And then we're going to work on the reindeer. Now your kit has a nicer brown, but if it doesn't dark enough for you, you can take a little tiny bit of black and add it to your brown to make it darker. But since I don't have that, I only have a really light brown, I went and got one of my watercolor markers. It's the same thing as what you're using. See, there's a brush tip on the end, but the color's inside of the marker instead of on that little palette of paints like you have. So just take whatever brown you have, and if you don't like how dark it is, you can add a teensy little bit of black to it, and if it's dark enough, then just color like normal, because I'm going to put that away now and color just like I did before with the brush. And I'm just going to pull the color around to fill it in. These are Grandma's really expensive markers that Grandpa Tony bought for me. Just going to do the top of his ears because the insides of his ears are going to be kind of pink. And then his little hoofs are going to be black. And I think that's what I do next. Yep, I do his little black hoofs. Have you ever been bowling, Elizabeth? Grandpa Tony says that his head looks like a bowling ball. Now every time I see this cute little reindeer, all I think about is bowling. He's colored in his antlers, and that's that brown that I have. See how my brown's not very dark. And then I grabbed a little bit of pink, and I'm putting it in his ears. Now for his collar and the bell, the collar is going to be purple. And it came out way too dark, so I'm going to fix that right now with my paper towel. I'm just going to, or actually no, I guess no. What am I doing? I don't even know. There's my paper towel. There, much better. And now I'm going to do the bell. And same thing, I think I just used the same little, kind of like that gold, the same color I used for the bell. It's kind of like a golden yellow. And now I'm just going to kind of darken up his little bowling ball finger holes. And now we'll do the present. And I'm going to make the present kind of match the reindeer. Since they're all on the same thing, you want them to kind of go together. So the present's going to be purple. And do you know what color goes perfectly with purple? Probably be surprised what color goes perfectly with purple. But if you look on a color chart, the color exactly opposite on the color chart is its favorite bestest friend. And the color opposite of purple is green. Now we're going to take one of the pink tags and we're going to add the trees. We're going to put our little bowling ball reindeer on there. I put way too much glue. I always do that. I don't usually use glue. I'm just using glue for you. but I usually use, actually I use glue, but it's a different kind of a pen, glue pen, that doesn't let so much come out. And now we're going to add the little present. And put the present right next to bowling ball reindeer dude. Once it dries, these guys aren't going to move, but while it's still wet, they slide around. So if you have it someplace you don't want it to be, you can kind of slide it and make it move back to where you want it. And then his little sentiment is going to go right above his head, and his is "Be Jolly." And there's that tag. The next one is going to be the snowman with the broom, and another one of your little trees, and the burr. So we're going to color the tree just like we always do. I think I picked the darker green for this tree, mixing it up a little. It's getting really cold here, Elizabeth. That means it's going to snow soon. So maybe when you come, if you get to come in January, which I'm not sure yet, but if you do get to come in January, there'll be plenty of snow. And I bought a snowman building kit. I know that sounds weird, but I saw it at a store that I went to, and I had to buy it. So we will build a snowman. We're going to do his scarf red. His little arms, his little stick arms, brown. Little carrot nose is orange. The broom handle is also going to be brown or black. It looks darker than the brown, so it must be black. Yeah, it's black because I did the buttons black too. And his hat is going to also be black. So the bottom part of his hat is black, and then the top part of his hat. And then that little band where that goes around it is a different color, so just leave that little band part white for now. Then we're going to do the leaves green. These are holly leaves. And then there's 3 little holly berries right there that are red, that are kind of hard to see. But we're going to color in the band of the hat the same color, so you really won't matter, because it'll all be the same color anyway. Now we just have to color in our broom and do our shadows on our snowman. So for the snowmen, we do the shadows in that super light blue, and we're going to do the broom in brown. Or I'm going to do the broom in brown. You do it whatever you want. Watercolor is so easy. I also got you pencils, and the pencils are, I put special paper for the pencils, and it has its own little package that says colored pencils, and so that's the one that you'll use. It's on special paper for colored pencils also. So this is the light blue that we use to kind of shadow your little snowman. And if you think about the sun maybe being up where his broom is, so that side would be the darkest side, the lightest side, sorry, and the other side of him, where the little holly leaf is, would be the darker side. So your shadows would go on one side of your snowman. And there he is all done. Now we're going to attach him to a blue tag. And you're almost done with your tags. So just glue down your tree. Then we're going to glue down your snowman. Aren't these guys just so cute? I love them. Anyway, like I said, my friends are trying to steal my tags that I made. My friend Lori came over and we made soap. And she said, "Can I have them?" I said, "No." We're going to put the little burr sentiment on there. And then that one's all done. For your next tag, this guy's holding a little cup of coffee. Isn't he adorable? Another little snowman. So I sent you stuff to make 4 boxes and 4 bags. I might have sent you more bags, but the idea was for you to have a tag for every box and then a tag for 4 bags. So you should have, I think we just finished 8 tags, or we'll be finishing up 8 tags. So when you're done with them, just set them aside until you make your boxes and your bags, and then you can attach them just like I'll show you in the video. I do the boxes and the bags are going to be in the same video. So for this guy, we're going to do his scarf red. When you come over, I can show you some tricks how to make these look even more awesome than this by adding little white pen details to everything. So you could give him a little polka dotted scarf with a white gel pen. If Elisa has any white gel pens laying around, you could try it out once it's all the way dry. And actually, I don't think this one is red. I'm almost positive that this is a pink, like a really kind of dark pink color. This one's not red. We do orange little nose. Yeah, I did do him pink because I did his coffee cup. I did the little band in, well, right now I'm just doing the shadows on the coffee cup because the coffee cups are usually kind of like a whitish tannish color, so I just took a little bit of a tannish brown and I just did the very edges of it. And now I'm going to do his hands since I already have the brown out. I'm going to do his little stick hands. And then we're going to do purple. So that's why I did his scarf and his hat are pink. And then I did the little coffee band in purple, just so we would have one with some kind of like cute little pastel-y colors on him. Then we're going to take that same lightest blue and do our shadows under his arms, under the coffee cup, and under the scarf. And then on his face, it's under the hat. And then just kind of brush it out a little bit to get rid of the line. And then I think that's it for him. Isn't he adorable? And then we're going to attach him to the blue tag. See, so Christmas doesn't have to be all red and green. You can do any colors you want. Just put our little snowman on here, and then we're going to put our little sentiment, the fa la 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 la. And we're going to glue that up there. I added in some extra tags into your kit, and some extra little snowmen, and it should all be in a bag called extras. So you have some extra stuff to make your own any old way you want. And these are the tags that are in there. There's a couple of them in there, and then I also put all the other like little extra pieces that I had left over from my stuff. So you have fun creating all of this. The next video is the bags and the boxes, but you can do this in any order that you want because you also have 4 cards to make, and all 4 of those cards are adorable. So everything's already cut out and ready for you. Love you, Lizzie Beth. See you soon. Bye.